go.
Welcome to Beyond the Trees, a podcast presented by Cedarwood Financial Partners. I am the host, Alex Murphy. We got Dylan Ripley here to my left, the CEO, Todd Vincent to my right, the chairman. We got David Boothby, our CFO, and Ty Ball, our Chief Business Development Officer. So today we are hitting our 3-year mark here with Cedarwood, and we just want to take a minute to talk about where we've come from, where we're at, and where we're going. When we start there, let's just start with, what are you most proud of from where we came from to where we're at?
I'm most proud that David Boothby has a cigar.
This is his first one for those watching this podcast. No, I said that I was on a podcast a couple weeks ago, and they asked the same question, and it just came to me, when you summarize it in one word, I guess 2 words, it's the people. I'm really proud of the people we have at Cedarwood, from both the founding partners to those that have joined since we launched. I think that both are impactful, both mean a lot, both have been through a lot now, you know, and we'll get into that here in a little bit, but the resiliency of the people, the belief of the people here, the hard work of the people here is truly special, and something that I'm most proud of, to say that I'm a part of Cedarwood because of the people here.
Love that.
Speaking of people, I'm proud that, you know, the small group of people that started has now more than doubled with the amount of new advisors and teams that have come on, you know, in another state, state of Maine. So it's been really exciting to see the quality of people and the addition of the new people.
Well, you even said it on, I think it was our very first quarterly state of the firm, and we were on Teams, and it was just the kind of the founding group. And you said in your opening speech, I'll never forget, like, I can't wait until we have 20 pages of boxes of people in this same meeting. And so now we're at 3 pages.
3 pages.
Yeah.
Right.
So we're
A lot of faces on there.
moving up.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing. Yeah, and I'll say for me, and I told Todd this last night, we've been through some adversity and could have easily turned on each other. You know, by now, 3 years, you could have had differing views on where the firm should be going. And through all of that, I think we've stuck together, we've gotten closer. And then on top of that, we've been aligned in our vision. And even though it's adjusted, you know, like a river, we keep all moving in the same direction, being in agreement, and it's just made it where the growth has been quicker than we, I would say, anticipated.
Yeah, I think our different skill sets have also played a part in it. You know, people and process. You know, our process, we fine tune. It seems like every year goes by, we get a little better at our process, and just have really standardized on a lot of our process that's making a big impact.
Absolutely. What's been the most surprising as we've made it through this part of our journey?
Probably the growth. You know, we all came in with a big vision, and we wanted to grow fast, but we also wanted to grow intentionally. So there's a delicate balance. So you can't entertain and we've learned that as we've gone, right? We've met people that, you know, we've gone down the path with, and we're like, yeah, you know, let's just see. And, you know, the good Lord works it out where those people don't end up, you know, being a part of the people that I just talked about. But the growth has just been outrageous. I mean, especially this year, when we've basically doubled the size of our firm in 1 year. And we were not a small firm, right? We were $1 billion firm. Now we're, you know, almost a $2 billion firm. And that's just 1 year of growth and adding the right people. And even though we're big dreamers, like, it still, I think we surpassed even our wildest dreams of growth. And the pipeline's very hefty right now too. So, you know, I don't see that slowing down, but that's probably been one of the bigger surprises, has just been the growth itself. And then how we've managed it, I think, has been really well too, because you can grow too fast and get ahead of your skis, but we've done a really good job of being intentional not to do that either.
Yeah, absolutely on that one.
Ty?
Why are you looking at me?
I'm surprised you're still here.
Yeah, I'm here. I came for the cigars, so thank you for finally giving me one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just say, from my standpoint, being the newer guy on the team and partner, um, I think it's just such a blessing to be able to learn everybody's skill sets, where we can pick each other up, the synergies that we have, and figuring out who's best at what and how to help one another. So it's kind of that gel. We're not massive yet, but it takes everybody rowing in the same direction to keep it going. So it's been certainly a pleasure to be a part of that, and I look forward to what the future holds.
One thing I've been shocked at, I suppose, is I saw where we came from and the attractiveness of what we were building from that vantage point. But when you look at the independent side, I've been stunned at how attractive we've been to them. It's little things that we didn't even know about. We didn't know much about it, what our insurance was before. Like our insurance versus an independent advisor by themselves is so much better and so much cheaper. Payroll, so much cheaper for them. Like there's so much in scale, and then also so many of them just feel alone. And being able to solve those problems that we didn't even really know we were building for, we just knew we wanted those things, right? And so I've been amazed at how attractive that's been to those guys and gals.
I've been surprised, pleasantly surprised to meet more independent advisors, like through Commonwealth and LPL, like going to different conferences and events and trips, and their mindsets, that true entrepreneurs out there, like
Truly,
they are true entrepreneur spirits, and their vision and the way they've crafted their own personal businesses and other avenues of revenue maybe that I never thought of, like the healthcare side and different things and everybody's different and they're comfortable where they're at. But it's been neat to say not everybody is exactly the same and builds their business exactly the same. In the independent world, for sure, gives you that vantage point of there's lots of variety out here.
Right. And once you start getting all these other advisors kind of under your same umbrella, it's similar to our client base, right? You have so many different households, different clients that have been through different things. Advisors have different types of strategies and products and mix and just a overall way of doing it that you can learn from. Just makes you more valuable.
It felt like we understood somewhat, well, that we didn't know everything and that we didn't have access to everything before, but just seeing how true that is and how much is out there and how much opportunity is there and that we just were missing out on has been pretty amazing too. And candidly, the perspective of independent advisors, looking at us when we were on the inside, and they're thinking, "Man, you're crazy," but it was truly just that we didn't know.
Yeah, I saw a comment of a guy who left, and he said, "I knew my firm really, really well, but when I took a look at the industry, when I started to look at other options, I realized I don't even have a tip of the iceberg of knowledge when it comes to that." So yeah, that's been a surprising thing we've had to learn. But then also, like you mentioned, how it resonates with advisors who are already independent because they crave that same community, that partnership that we're able to deliver on, and then offloading a lot of those minutia tasks and doing it at a lower cost for them too.
Yeah, much lower. Ty, this one.
Wait,
Go ahead.
I just thought of
Piggyback.
something that's probably most surprising to you guys, like the Aggies beating Notre Dame, and then
It's been a surprising thing this year, right?
yeah, and
11-0
then
here shortly.
yeah. Should we change our
Cheers.
corporate colors to maroon?
No.
Oh,
You fought really hard for Navy, so I don't think that I think that's gonna work.
oh, it's the only thing worse than Notre Dame is being from OSU, right,
That's
David?
true. That's so true. This year.
We're living okay. So speaking of the Irish, Ty, you're an Irish fan. You joined us after we had started the journey a little bit, and I guess I'll give a little bit of backstory in that we met with our marketing team after 1 year, and we were starting to ask ourselves, who do we want to be? Can we truly be ourselves, the authentic version of ourselves, or is that going to turn people off? Is it, we have guys who love to hunt, fish, and wear jeans. We have, like, is that going to turn off a guy in a suit and tie who's in a city? And so we took a little while where we didn't dive head on into who we were, because we came from corporate where it was more buttoned up, right? And so over the last 2 years, I'd say we've gone the other way. We've just dove in fully to go be you and who we truly are, regardless of whether you are a suit and tie person or you're a jeans and boots guy. Like, be your authentic self. And so we've seen our identity change. And so, Ty, you joined us. Now you're coming up on a year. We already had a more established identity. What about what we were doing was attractive to you to say, you know what, I want to be a part of that?
Honestly, it's the initial attraction to just the core values of the firm, right? The faith, the family, freedom, fulfillment. And then now, since I've been here and seen it and witnessed it and been a part of it, and seeing, like, that's just not a mantra that's on the website, right? It's what we live every day, every week in our meetings, what you guys do as advisors and carry through to your clients. So I would say that attraction is just continued since I've been here, and keeps me inspired and gets me out of bed every morning ready to go at it.
Cool.
Echoing that, back to the question earlier of what am I proud of, we have truly been able to run every question that we come across on what direction do we want to go here, and we start with our core values, and that's been really cool to see that it has been, it truly is our core of every single decision, not just this sounds cool and may attract some people. Everything goes through that. It's been neat.
It's true. Dylan and I have been on several trips where we've gone to talk to advisors about, coming and joining Cedarwood. And I know there's been several times they've asked us a question and like, well, why don't you do it this way? And we're like, well, that would violate this core principle. And then they're like, oh, yeah, you're right. It's been neat to watch that play out too.
And it's been neat to find other partners and bring them in that align with that. Like, they're all in on those 4 core values, which they're really strong, and I think most people would lean into each of those 4. But then, like Ty said, for us to live it out, I think, is the important part, and that's what we're able to do because we're so rooted in them.
Yeah, and the same with our principles. And I think be a giver is one that stands out to me of what I've seen from you guys throughout 3 years has just been time and time again that doesn't really benefit me, and that's okay. I'm willing to sacrifice for what we want to do. And the vision has just been greater than any one person's personal goals and personal benefits. So transitioning 3 years from now, where are we going to be at?
More gray hair for me.
Join the
I'd say
club.
less hair for you.
I don't have that
but,
problem. No more hair for me.
Oh my gosh. Well, I think one of the things that I would hope is when, like when we started out, even here, we're our annual planning meeting and looking at 2026, and go back 2 years ago and talk about where you want to be in 3 or 5 or 10. And, we would put a number on the number of advisors, where I think what we've learned, it's the quality of the person more than it is the number. Hiring the right people to be your partner, the right staff people to support you along with the core values. So I think maybe it's hard to answer that, but more of the right people.
Yeah.
Definitely.
More of the right people and more of the impact that they each make on their communities individually, right? Because we talk about doing independence together. And so each of these partners are in their own communities doing their own thing. Like we just talked about another one that does so many events in his community, and it's impactful. It works for his business, but then that also is what fills him up. And so we want more partners that want to offload some of those business things. They want to be a part of a community, but they don't want to sacrifice their independence. And that's where we come in. Like we're a perfect fit of that. Todd always says like we're halfway between where we were and, owning every decision and, running all of those things yourself. And we're just kind of right smack in the middle, but we do so with, this idea that you're still independent, but you have the community that you might miss from over here, and you don't have to worry about all the business stuff that you didn't have to worry over here that you do over here, right? So we really pulled the best of both worlds and put them into one, and we call it Cedarwood.
Yeah.
But 3 years, yeah. I mean, if you wanted a number, I'd say $6 billion in assets. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Because like we talked about in our meeting, we're growing the right way, which means we're finding the right partners. Those happen to be much bigger teams with bigger impacts than what we originally had drawn the vision to be, which has been awesome. But it's because those teams want to offload those things. They want more of their time back. And that's what we're able to do. And then they also want to be a part of something bigger. They want to have the monthly calls where it's getting together and idea sharing. They want to have the trips together, and they want all of those benefits, but they don't want to sacrifice their independence. They want to have every decision on their P&L be their decision. And we give advisors that's their freedom. When you're a partner with us, you run your own P&L, but you get to plug into all of the community and all of the business benefits. So yeah, let's keep growing.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think for me, just looking at it in a slightly different lens, I know 3 years from now, we'll be seeing more people living fulfilled lives. Like seeing the friendships built, one of our partners had a sick child recently, and getting to talk to them at 8 at night and just him knowing that we cared and those types of things. And then where we have our first staff meeting where we're flying everybody in and they're stoked about it, right? And that's super rare. So seeing them be more plugged in and more fulfilled in what they're doing, not only in their communities, but within the whole greater firm, I think that's going to be awesome to see. The more partners that we have, and even just within the current team, seeing each one of you be more fulfilled with what's going on, I would guarantee it, and that word is something that's hard to even get out of your mouth in this industry, right?
Yeah.
Alex, who's your favorite new partner that we brought on?
Great question. I love all of them.
Good answer. I was about to say, oh man, I did not expect an answer there. That's a good answer.
Least favorite?
Yeah.
Dylan will hold that seat for me.
Exactly.
All right. Any final words? So we listen back to this in 3 years and think, man, we didn't even have an idea.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't get a chance, so we can use this time now. But like, the year that we've been through, I think doesn't, we don't want to underscore that. But we're here with celebratory cigars and, celebratory for two reasons: the year we had and the year these guys are having in College Station. But this year, I'm just extreme. Like, that's why I'm so proud of the people, is because this year alone, there's been so much adversity and discomfort, and that can sometimes cause people to show their true colors. But when it did with the people at Cedarwood, you saw just the high quality of people that we have here and how resilient all of us are. And man, just this year, right, it feels like 5 years in 1 year when you really look back at it. Because we also had some partnership changes, right? We instituted a new structure and dealing with all that. So, I mean, just all of those things. And yet here we are, celebrating the success. And if you look at what we came through, like most people, you bow out at that point.
Yeah.
Like Alex said, you can run for the hills. Nobody did. Nobody wavered. In fact, people said, no, sign me up to join you guys.
Yeah. I think we can celebrate too, like what you've already said, Dylan, and echo that of the past 3 years. Like, adversity causes you to grow, to learn. Like 2023, just learning a new system and learning the independent world and in trying to figure out clients. In 2024, you're learning what it's like to really create a firm on paper, and you're learning every day. 2025, it's like, okay, now you're actually executing what you did on paper.
Yeah.
And then you're like, whoa, paper doesn't always equate to reality. But every day I feel like we get smarter, we get wiser, we learn, we're forced to make decisions that are like going to rub up against our core values, or say these are line in the sands, or this is a gray area. I mean, it's just fun to say we've learned a lot in 3 years. And I know we just scratched the surface.
Yeah, I think 3 years from now, it's just going to have a lot more opportunity, and more opportunity means more fun, and just build something, just continue to build it for something bigger than ourselves. It's going to be cool.
I like that word fun, because despite all of it, we have had a lot of fun.
I think there's probably some unknowns as well, right? That'll come in the next few years. And my past year here, I've liked the open-mindedness of, we talked to other advisors at other firms that are interested, and they bring up ideas to us, and we're like, maybe that's something we should consider in our offering. So just keeping that open-mindedness, I think, will lead to expanded opportunities and more change over the next 3 years. So right now, unknowns, but I think a lot of good to come.
Yeah, and one of our partners was at the national conference recently and sent us a message and said, we're really cutting edge. And I think with that, we move slowly until we move, and then we move quickly. And we haven't been afraid to make moves when we need to. And so that gives me the utmost confidence that whatever we come across here in the next few years, which I know there will be things, that we'll be able to navigate it, figure out, diligently and probably slowly at first, because we pick everything apart. And then when we put it back together, we can make that move. And that just gives me so much confidence that 10 years from now, we're going to be still cutting edge, front end, industry leading. And, I think that's his comments attribute to what we've put in with the foundation. And that's given us the confidence that we can make decisions quickly.
I'll cheers to that.
Cheers.
All right. Thanks for visiting with us. Another episode of Beyond the Trees. Hope to speak with you soon. If you're an advisor and you're thinking about making a change, give us a shout.